first of all, just mahalo for elevating indigenous culture and Hawaiian culture and both of you being of this land. Jason, talk about your kuleana in producing this, acting in this, bringing this to light.
I mean, this is definitely my dream. I mean, to talk about like representation, like I've never had the opportunity to play anything like an ancestor. I play all these other fictitious characters and blah, 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 but I'm actually to play our culture, to play this and tell this story. It's like, this is everything in museums and images that we look at when we're babies and go like, wow, this is amazing. I wish we had something like this. I see The Last Mohicans or Dances with Wolves. I'm like, oh, those are our cousins. But I'm like, we don't have anything like that for us. And so you just have to be in your imagination, and one day maybe, and then you find yourself. I mean, right now we're gonna watch with 3,000 people, and some of those people I've been with since I was at 19, since I got hired on Baywatch Hawaii. Literally, makeup artists, grips, transpo, people, my producing partner, my cousin Brian, who I came over here with. He's directing. We're directing together. He's the reason why I'm in acting. My uncle, I'm like everything that I am. It's been like this huge life goal to get back to where we're at and tell our story, which has never happened on this level. Sometimes I don't even feel like something else is moving us, because our relationship is 15 years of constantly. I mean, he wrote Aquaman 2 with me. Like I call him up when I'm playing Frontier to write a speech for me, and we constantly work and together. And so the him and Brian, what we've built is led to this moment. So when we do present this to make it, it's not getting into the hands of someone else who's gonna take advantage of this or change things, and like to keep the integrity of what we wanted to make. I mean, it's us. I mean, we have a lot of fights to battle and to go through, because it's not our, it's not our money making this, but like you have to, it's a collaborative process. Yeah. But it's at a certain point when I was directing, it's written by Hawaiians, directed by Hawaiians, acted by Hawaiians,
created by Hawaiians.
And you just listed a whole bunch of names. Brian Carolina, you've got Kaho'okahi as part of your Olelo Hawaii. Keone Nunes, can we give a shout out to him? He was my Hawaiian culture teacher.
Oh, is that right?
I mean, did he do your test?
He did mine, yeah. And I did it on Auntie Momi and Uncle Buffalo's, like, on their floor in Nanakuli. So, I mean, like, we did that before we got greenlit. I mean, like, I willed that shit. I was like, we're getting this done. We are making this happen. So,
well, I talk about the kuleana and doing this. I mean, anytime there's a project that is of Hawaii and about Hawaiians, I mean, did you lose sleep over this? How do you make sure that it's authentic and real?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was very challenging, but I think for us, we had to rely on us creatively, on what we are able to do and how we know story and how we can move things forward. But, fortunately for me, I mean, I just love this stuff. I mean, ever since I was a kid, Hawaiian history, Hawaiian stories, that's my passion, So I am a professional screenwriter. We produce movies, but I just happen to be kanaka that loves it. And I mean, it was always on my mind. If you called me at 2:00, in the morning on a Tuesday night, I'm crying my eyes out, because I realized that this is bigger than me. Like, am I even able to do this? And the great thing is there may be people out there that point the finger and say, no, man, you're not the right guy to do it. And that's okay. At least we can have this dialogue. We can talk about Hawaiian history in a way that is, appropriate. And when have we ever been able to have that conversation about something that's put on a screen this big for this many people? Challenge me. Let this be the first project, not the last,
Jason, can you talk about Kamehameha and your character, Ka'iana, specifically? I mean, I went to Kamehameha schools. You read the history books, you see her Kane's painting, and these warriors are plunging to their deaths. And we have an image of what the history is, but your story goes so much deeper in terms of people's understanding of it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the one thing we've always wanted to tell, because I mean, to be able to tell Kamehameha's story is so huge and so big and so, it was just something we would never be able to do. I don't think we could ever pull that off. I would never ever play that role. And to tell you the truth, I didn't know anyone and still don't know anyone who could play it except for Kaina Mokua until we discovered him. And like I laid eyes on him, I was like, this is it. But being able to have Ka'iana was this way to just be like this tentpole to just go like, oh my gosh, we can talk about all these people, but most importantly, we get to talk about Hawaii name as an actor, to be able to be from here, leave here, sickness, see slavery, see the troubles of the world and what's coming, and be able to go see probably one of the most famous Hawaiians because he was out there and so many people knew him, and then coming back to Hawaii with 10
war
canoes filled with these weapons to help unify and help Kamehameha.
Yeah, talk about that scene. The I've seen the va'a all around, and I just got back from Tahiti with Hokulea and covering Hokulea and seeing all of the va'a. And when I saw your scenes, I went, wow. How did you make that come to life?
Well, the truth is, in order for the story to be authentic, it needs to have that epic scale. So we were just fortunate enough to be able to partner with Apple, who believed in that, because we are not tribal to where you got 50 warriors fighting 50 warriors. There's arguably, in one of our famous battles, you're talking about nearly 30,000 on one side, 22,000 on another. This is not small, and in order to portray that, you just have to get behind it, and that's what we were asking them to do. Trust us with a culture, trust us with a representation, and we can pull it off. And I don't know.
Please watch, because can you imagine when Battle of Nu'uanu happens? Can you imagine like that?
I can't imagine.
And guess who's directing the finale?
Like even when you go to the Pali, you think that their bodies are still there, and
it's just like the moment you walk there, it's just get chicken skin. But I'm like, to be able to do that, like what's going to happen in this story? Like this is just the unification of the Big Island.
It's
like
just
this.
beginning.
I can't wait to tell you what happens in 2 and 3 and like what we built. But I'm like,
I had no idea.
Hawaii News now. Bleep my mouth.
I had no idea that modern weapons were used for the unification of Hawaii. I never learned that.
I mean, listen, we're dropping in the whole little sled right now, right? Mm-hmm. But once you piece together what Kamehameha did with the cannons and how he used the whole little sleds and how we were able to get in certain, his tactical skills and it's awesome. It's such a huge world that we just hopefully people love it and they're proud and we can make more. That's all I'm saying.